Hi Year 11 and welcome to today's task. For today what I'm asking you to do is to produce a time plan. Over the last couple of lessons we've been looking at reasons for choice of recipes that might suit your design brief, but today we're going to be looking at how we would set out a time plan for more than one recipe that you'd be sort of making together. Obviously we've said that at the moment your Unit 2 piece of assessment work is still going to go ahead, and you still, as part of that, have to produce a time plan with 2 or more dishes that are dovetailed. So that means that they're interlinked together to be served at the same time. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to demonstrate making boiled egg, toast and a cup of tea. And what I'm going to ask you to do is you're going to do a time plan for that as part of today's lesson. If you want to make it before you do it, then that's absolutely fine, because I think as part of today's lesson you'll have time to do that. Or you might want to adapt it slightly and do a cup of tea and a ham and cheese sandwich or something like that. So you're just going to do a time plan using a really simple set of recipes that you can dovetail together. What I've started to do is I have started to plan my time plan already, and I'll share this with you on the PowerPoint. So I've got 3 columns in my table. I've got timings, method and special points. So the key thing that you're going to do first of all is you're going to plot in the method column, so that's that central column, what are you doing at each stage of sort of your making process. Once you've done that, you can record how long each part took, and then the final bit is to add in special points and considerations. So those kind of things include if you are checking that you've got correct ingredients, making sure that you've checked things like use by dates, sell by dates, everything's stored in the right place, that you've got enough extra ingredients if something goes wrong, and also looking at things like hygiene and safety, so making sure there's no cross-contamination and those kind of things. There will not be a special point or consideration for every single bit of the method. It's just that you add them in when appropriate. Okay? So to start off with, the first box is your mise en place. So as we've talked about before, mise en place basically means to get prepared. So as you can see, I've already got my ingredients and equipment out, and I've pre-boiled my kettle so that all of that is done as part of that mise en place time, so I don't have to put that into any of the timing, so that's done prior to it. Once you've done that, you then start at 0 minutes, right? So you've not done anything, none of your time's been taken up. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get my eggs boiling. So if I want a soft boiled egg, then it's going to take between 6 and 8 minutes. So I've pre-boiled the kettle just to make sure that it is going to be that amount of time. I'm adding the water into my pan, and then I'm going to put my egg into the pan to start boiling. As you can see, I've already got an extra egg out just in case anything goes wrong, right? So it could be that as I am trying to add it into the pan, I drop it and it smashes, and therefore I've got to add another one in, so I can then add a second egg in, because I've put into my contingency plan that might go wrong. So now that I've got the egg in the pan, I can then put my heat on to get it starting boiling. Alright, so that's the first thing. So in your time plan, you can be putting in that your egg's going to be boiling for 6 minutes, but obviously during that time you're not just going to stand there and wait for your egg to boil. What you can do is either in a different coloured pen or in a different box state what you're going to be doing during that time. Okay, so what I need to be doing is I need to make my toast, and I also need to re-boil my kettle to be able to make my cup of tea. So I'm going to turn the kettle on now. It is going to make a bit of a noise because obviously that's what kettles do. While that's boiling, I'm going to get my toast out. You might be stating that you're having 1 slice of toast, 2 slices of toast, that's up to you. I'm just going to have 1 today, but as you can see, I've got the extra just in case I burn it or I don't have it, I don't, do it right. So I'm going to pop my toast in to start cooking or start heating up. As part of your special points and contingencies, what you might be doing is you might be specifying sort of the kind of colour that you want your toast to be. So it might be a light golden brown, it might be slightly darker, you might want it burnt like charcoal. So you could put that into your special points so that you know exactly sort of what time you want it to be coming out. As you can hear, my kettle's just boiled. So what I can also now be doing is getting my tea bag in my cup, ready to be able to let that brew slightly. Again, as part of your special points, you might be saying the kind of colour that you want your cup of tea to be. So I've not got my milk in there, I'm just leaving that to brew slightly. I do like quite a strong cup of tea, so I'm going to leave it in just for a few minutes so that it can be properly brewing. My egg is boiling again now, and we're probably around about 2 minutes into the boiling process. So what I can also be doing is getting my margarine or butter or whatever I'm putting onto my toast out, so that's ready as well. As you can see, I've done my big shop at Aldi. That is not a promotion, the other supermarkets are available. So I'm going to soften my margarine a little bit, just so it's going to be easier for me to be able to spread it onto my toast when that comes out of the toaster. If you want, you might specify that you are putting your toast into soldiers so that you can dip them into your boiled egg. That's again up to you, and that'll be something that you'd put in as part of your special points. All right, so I've softened my margarine in preparation for when my toast is done. There we go, nearly on cue. So I need my plate now so that I can put my toast into that. Right, so I've gone for a light golden brown. Again, you might specify that you want to let your toast cool slightly before you add your margarine onto it, because some people like it where the margarine sits on top, other people like it where it's melted in. So again, it might be that you specify how long you let your toast cool for, or whether you're buttering it straight away. So I've buttered my toast. I'm not going to wipe that in there because I don't want toast bits in my margarine. And then I'm just going to cut it into squares. So I'm not cutting mine into fingers, but I'm cutting it into squares. All right, so my toast's done. The next job is going to be to squeeze out the tea bag. So that's done, and then I can add my milk into my cup of tea and give that a good stir round. So that's my tea done. Again, if you're adding sugar into yours, that can be put in as part of your plan. And then finally, I'm going to take my egg out. All right, so unfortunately, I've not got any egg cups, so I'm going to have to put it into a ramekin. So I'm just going to scoop my egg out, and then that's it, sorted and ready to have my boiled egg, toast and a cup of tea. So I'll pull up a stool and I'll crack on and have this while you get on and have a go at putting that into a time plan. But like I said, if you want to, you can make this first, so you can put all your timings down, and then you can do your time plan. If you want to take a picture of you having your cup of tea and slice of toast or whatever it is that you're having, then it'd be fantastic to see that as well. Okay.